Hey glow getters, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Sasha Speaks, and welcome back to our glow getting community. If you're new to my channel, of course, welcome. Thank you guys so much for your support thus far, and without me even rambling anymore, let's jump right into this video. Alright guys, so as you can see in the title, this video I'll be talking about 8 things I wish I had known before starting university, things I would have done differently, etc. Now disclaimer, some of these are things that I would have done but in my latter years of university. So really and truly, if I had known these things prior to going to university, I probably would have started earlier, and those things would have enabled me in making different decisions. So I have them written down here. And this video, guys, you know my channel is geared entirely towards encouraging career tips, all kind of little tips, everything here and there, you know, based on my growth, and just sharing it for your growth also, or even someone else that you might know. So let's jump into the first one. So the first thing that I wish I had known before starting university, one I have here, pursuing a minor. So I pursued a minor in university. I pursued cultural studies because I really love cultural studies. Like, I was really passionate about it. But when I know that I could have actually done a minor, yes, was actually I think in my second year or so, I believe. Yeah, it is either my second or my third year that I found out that I have been doing all of these cultural studies courses, and in doing a credit check, it was the person who was doing the credit check with me was like, hey, you know that you can actually turn this into a minor. And then lecturers, you know, Dr. Tomlinson, big up your nice clean self, you know, when she saw me in multiple of her classes, she was saying, is this your major? And I told her no, and she said, is this your minor? And I told her no, and she was like, then girl, you are doing so well in it, do a minor in it. And then actually doing cultural studies, I wish I had actually did it as my major. So you know, because I was really excited about it. Not saying I wasn't excited about my major, but I really loved doing cultural studies. So that's one thing I wish I had known earlier, or I wish I had known before starting university. I would have actually pursued my minor earlier. And so in my tip, in me sharing this with you guys, I will say to you, if you are currently in university, or you are currently, you know, thinking about, you know, majoring in something, so you're thinking about going to university, college, whatever, because you know they will still have majors, minors in colleges too, community colleges, it doesn't matter, all right? So you have to really, you know, do your research. Something in my mouth, I'm sorry about that, guys, but it was bothering me. But you have to do your research, so it is good. Well, the high school I was attending, we never really had much programs that really taught us about the courses, to be honest. So it was really going through university that I learned most things. But I know some high schools, you know, you're privy to these information, so you might be able to make better decisions, right? But I will recommend that you do a minor, especially with how our economy is going and the world is going. It's good to study more than one area. You must be able to pivot, especially in times like this. And if you don't want to do a minor, you can do a double major. And if you just want to do a major, then I would recommend you do your major in something that's very, you know, that is in demand. I'm not saying that you can't do something, you know, that is probably not in demand and not make a living from it, but just based on my experience. The second one, oh, the phone locked. Right, so the second one, so the first one, pursue a minor. That's one thing I wish I had known before, you know. And the two, I would really say to you guys, I would tell myself, never ever try to fit in. Now, when going to university, you will meet people. You will meet people of different caliber, different background. And my recommendation to you is never ever try to fit in, because as cliche as it sounds, the best person that you can ever be is yourself. That person watching this YouTube video, this person speaking to you. The best person you can be is yourself. Be your most authentic self. That's the best thing you can do. You'll realize that going to university, you'll meet so many people, and sometimes you might be forced to fit in crowds that you're really not a part of. So I will tell you, choose your circle wisely. Choose, because you are going to meet friends, but at the same time you want to you want to choose the people that you will probably be friends with years to come. You want to choose that circle very wisely. So don't try to fit in, do you. So going to university, I know a lot of us, as young persons, we go to university and that's where we find our identity, and that's not a bad thing, because I think going to university, it builds you and there's a lot of personal development. But at the same time, if you're going to garner these personal development, ensure it's something that is profitable. And when I say profitable, I mean like monetary wise, but profitable in terms of your own overall holistic development. All right, now the third, nobody follow nobody, just be you, be yourself. You'll realize as when you leave college, when you leave university, or even if you're watching this and you're still attending high school, you realize that when you leave, you're going to carry the degree, you're going to carry the CXCs with you, but at the same time, the best and the most important thing that you'll be taking with you is yourself. And you don't want to leave not knowing who you are, and would have gone through these different phases that you completely lost the person or lose yourself. You understand? So sometimes we can go to university, we get involved in so many little things, we end up losing our way, losing ourselves. So that's the thing, you want to enjoy your university journey, but at the same time, never try to fit in. You don't want to lose yourself. Be your complete authentic self, right? So that's the second thing. Never try to fit in. Now the third thing I wish I'd known before starting university, try to secure lots of internship and network. Now I can't stress this enough. Trust me guys, secure those internships. Even if it's not an internship, but secure the internships. I think especially based on the field you're in, internships are really good. Like I realize a lot of people that I know, not so much friends, but people I would have gone to university with, they secured those internships, and those internships are what would have landed them the jobs. So you'll realize that if you're doing accounting, if you're doing law, like everything, that any field that you are in, if you're doing journalism, like the internships, they are of maximum priority. So secure those internships, and by securing the internships, you're going to network. So sometimes your university will be keeping clubs and different events. Show up. You can even volunteer, because internships are really important. For example, for me, I think that being quote unquote enough would have helped me to secure some of the opportunities that I have gotten while in university and outside of university. And if you go to the University of the West Indies, then there is placement and career services. I was a peer career advisor there, and I think going that route, it helped me to secure a lot of the jobs that I would have gotten in the past. And not only that, but it helped me to be able to do my resumes the way that it's supposed to be done. So different skills I would have garnered, and by going to different workshops and stuff like these. And these workshops are open to all university students, UWE university students, and they are free. And I know UTech have these different groups. I know NCU, Portmore Community College, Chartwood, every college or university that you can think about, there are these different development programs for the students. So seek them out, network, and get these opportunities in, because you realize that when you leave university, these are the little opportunities that might help you to secure your next best job, or your best job if you've never officially worked before. The fourth thing that I wish I had known earlier, I think I need to change the title of this video, 8 things I wish I had known earlier, in university. But anyways, the third thing would be I just said that. The fourth thing I can't count. The fourth thing would be, be a part of a club, group, or volunteer. And this ties in with 3, so if there anything that you can see that would be beneficial to you. So you know, you might have different clubs, you might have like actorial societies, yeah, whatever your field is, try to find something to do that surrounds that, you know, help build you, help give you like it just helps you. I was trying to find the right word, but it helps you with your personal development. It also looks good on your resumes because employers love to see that you're involved, right? So that's another good thing that you can do. And volunteering too, guys, is really good, especially depending on the degree that you're doing. Some degrees even want you to do community services and stuff like that, so you have to know. So as I said, you know, going to university, go to your faculty, do the checks, see what your degree is, see what are the different avenues, ask a lot of questions. And that's the next thing I jump in. This was not a part of my list, but ask a lot of questions. That is what your faculty is there for. That is what the admin office is there for. So ask a lot of questions. They're getting paid to be asked questions. Once you don't understand something, once you need guidance, ask. The next thing that I'll share is try to meet lifelong friends. No, I always hear people say things like going to university, try to have a friend from a different Caribbean country or a different country overall. Try to find a friend, have a friend that's a doctor or a friend that's a lawyer. Try to find different friends in different sectors, because you'll realize that when you leave university, these are the same persons who will be in charge of companies. These are the same persons who will be leading out different organizations, different sectors, and you know, links run things. So knowing somebody, it helps you put your foot through the door, right? And this might sound very opportunist. It might sound like, you know, you're just being an opportunist, but it's the reality. And even if you're not going to be lifelong friends, bench and body with these persons, build networks, you know, because it's really who you know. Whether you want to, you might be the brightest person in the world, more 9 out of 10 times it's who you know, right? So build lifelong friends, not just go to parties, not just, you know, live on hall and just, you know, just be there just like that, but just try to build lifelong partnerships, lifelong friendships, whatever you want to call it. So that's another tip that I'll share with you guys. I wish I had known earlier. For me personally, I didn't develop like friendships with persons outside of Jamaica, but I met like amazing people. A few persons I'm still like friends with today. So I met amazing persons. I would say I didn't meet like students who like, you know, were, you know, like outside of the Caribbean, but one thing outside of Jamaica, but one thing I did met was like adults, so like lecturers, different workers on campus, you know, persons would have been beneficial to my university growth or my personal development through university, and we still, you know, share that communication, you know, so we still communicate with each other. So that's what I would have gotten. So I would say, you know, persons with them, because people probably would have think that I would have been enough, but yeah, I'm enough. But I know what I wanted. I know what I wanted to get out of these relationships, you know. So as I said, try to build lifelong relationships, try to build lifelong friendships. The next thing that I will say is be smart with your student loans, or if you don't have to take student loan, then don't. So what I will say, if you are somebody who is taking out student loan, and let's say you're going to university for 3 years, what I'll try to encourage you guys to do, try to ensure you finish off in the 3 years, so you don't have to borrow an additional loan for your 4th year. And I know life happens, things happen, and so you probably have to go over in your 4th year, but if try your best to focus so you don't have to spend so long time, so you know, you're not off of my tongue, but try to focus so you don't have to spend 4 years borrowing student loan when your degree only require 3, just for example. And if you don't have to take out the student loan, then that's even better. One thing, and this another thing that I wish I had known, tying it back into what I just said, is work and travel. So I didn't go on work and travel for all of my tenure in university, and that's because I really didn't know about it in my 1st year. I probably would have heard work and travel, but it didn't like ring a bell. You know, just coming out of high school fresh and all of that. But I would have met persons who would have gone and work and travel for all their years throughout university, and that's what would have funded their university journey, and that's like an investment. So if you can do work and travel, do work and travel. If it's not work and travel, you can look into working and going to school. I know work and going to school is not for everybody, because I probably would have told you guys like 1,000 times. I started to do it and I just had to stop. So if you can work and go to school, if that's for you, then do that. Work and travel, and if it's student loan, then it's student loan. So those are just some tips. Another thing that I wish I had known earlier or before, yeah, don't just go. You know, don't just go and go home. Well, it depends on your personality, so that's a disclaimer, depending on your personality, but try to have fun. You know, I know universities will have different experiences, you'll have parties, you'll have different things, because fun is relative to everyone. So if your fun meaning going out with your friends, if your fun meaning going to the parties, if your fun meaning linking up with your friends on the dorms or on the halls, if your fun, whatever your fun is, then just make the best of your university journey. Because let me tell you, like, I think university or college is like one of the best things that you will ever find yourself doing. Like the journey is like amazing, right? And this even goes for persons who are going to hard too, because that's tertiary. So any tertiary level, because I know you guys, we all do courses, majors, all of that. So but just have fun, make the best out of the opportunity, just enjoy, you know, your young days. And I mean, isn't everybody going to university is in their 20s, but if you're going to university, no matter how old you be, just try to have fun, meet persons. The persons you meet don't have to be in your age group, but just have clean, nice fun and enjoy your university days, your college days. Now guys, these are sorry, my bad, these are 8 things I would have learned, you know, or I wish I would have learned earlier while going through university. So I hope you guys were able to take away something from this video. What I will say though, guys, if you have something that I didn't say, you have another tip or something else that persons can take into consideration before they begin university or even while they're going to university, comment them down below so that somebody else can, you know, gain from this experience, gain from your knowledge. And yeah, that's the end of this video, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.